Hello there, air signs. This is Jasmine, aka gladiatorinsweats, and I'm here with the oracle message, oracle for the elements for you air signs, for the wave spell consisting of the days of September 23rd to or August 23rd to September 3rd. My apologies. So, I just wanted to pull an oracle card to just bring us the message that most needs to be received for each of the signs, and to also bring us a sacred honoring ritual so that we're able to move forward into this energy, so that we're able to really maintain not just this courage or this fearlessness, being able to face and confront our securities and our fears, but also so that we're able to really like I mentioned earlier, be able to maintain that fire and maintain that radiance, and so that we're able to really look deeper than what things are seeming. As the veil has been lifted for many of us, and as we're really starting to see, or not just see, but we're feeling within our own emotional bodies, and we're seeing it in our own lives, how, things are, I don't want to say necessarily falling apart, but, things are starting to shake and rattle a little bit, so that changes are able to take place and changes are able to be made. And it's not just changes, but it's, openings, so that we're able to really break free from a lot of the stagnance that I feel that many of us has felt. And just, I guess this is the perfect moment to even break into the card of divine discontent, which makes a lot of sense. Or when I even just think about the purpose of discontent, when we consider, all feelings, all emotions being a tool, all being a piece trying to show you or tell you something. And so when we think about divine discontent, or you just think about the experience of, experiencing something or seeing something or saying something or whatnot that does not really resonate with you, that triggers you, it just doesn't, you feel it's not right. And so ultimately that gives you, it's like a breadcrumb, if you will, that really leads you on this path to show you where you actually should be. And so, I'm just going to go ahead and get into this passage. Just as a preface, it starts with a poem, has a little preface, and then a passage, and then I'll go ahead and get into the sacred honoring ritual. So, let's just start with the poem. Winter falls upon us, so spring can bring new growth. Cry the tears, allow the longing. Sadness brings surrender and a deep desire to be free. I know your heart. I hear it breaking and groaning in darkest night when you imagine yourself to be silently cast adrift in sleep. It speaks to me, that secret heart of yours, whispering and longing and bemoaning its divine discontent. It knows when something is amiss. It senses that something is not quite right as of yet. There is a piece of the puzzle missing, even in its tremendous gratitude for all that is. And there is much gratitude and sweet appreciation in that precious heart of yours. There is a murmuring, a questing. It cries out to heaven, vouchsafe me a blessing. I cannot go on. I am broken and in need of your tenderness for healing. I am empty and in need of filling, not with stuff and bits, but with the most precious nectar of divine fulfillment. Nothing else will satisfy me. Please restore me to wholeness. I can bear the missing piece, this broken disarray, no longer. I listen and I cajole that wise heart of yours. I praise it for its honesty and longing, for the longing is an irresistible perfume to the beloved, attracting the only salve that will soothe the divine discontent of your truth-speaking heart, that of divine presence, absolute and unquestionable. There's a sense within you, perhaps quite obvious to your conscious mind, or perhaps only dimly registered as an unnameable underlying sense of anxiety, that something in your life is not quite right. It may be the sense, even amongst so much gratitude, of a yearning yet to be met, a longing yet to be fulfilled and satisfied. This is the pain of the awakening heart, That heart is capable of bliss and ecstatic reverence for the sheer beauty and wonder of creation. Yet, as the heart matures, there will be a process of deep, passionate longing that awakens for the divine. It is the impatience for the caress of the great lover, for the presence of the divine to come to you. Over time, that longing will grow from a mild inner sense of incompleteness, needing to become whole. It will develop into a holy fever, a sacred rage, a stamping of dancing feet, a pounding of fists upon the altar, and a longing so deep and distressing that one may well break into tears at the impossibility of bearing the pain of apparent separation for even a moment longer. "Where is my beloved?" cries the awakening heart. "I call for my beloved, and yet I am here, still waiting. I can stand this no longer." As devotion grows and passion for the divine intensifies, so too does this yearning, so much so that this may come to feel as though your heart is breaking for the divine. Or perhaps you are not quite there yet, and your heart is attached to smaller gods, such as your status, your job, your lover, your body looking a certain way, or being able to live your life in a particular way. These smaller gods are not necessarily an issue, yet you have drawn this oracle, and so it is a guidance for you that the divine wants to draw you closer. And sometimes that means we will have the meager meal wrested from our hands, so we may feast upon something far more delectable and grand. The divine is a fiercely possessive lover. If there is a face of another beloved preventing you from longing for the divine embrace, and if you cannot see it that it is the divine beloved within your lover that you are loving, well, then something will be done by heaven. So make your relationships sacrosanct. Seek the divine in all things. When you cannot, when the power of lesser gods has you in its grip, acknowledge it. Bear witness to it. Do not chastise, instead be truthful. Let your heart break and lie prostrate on the floor, hands clutching and head bowing, as though only your sadness and plight could stir the heart of the divine beloved into descent of succor and grace, saving you from a life far too bland for your exquisite Epicurean palate. Just don't misinterpret the pain and think that something really is wrong. If you are surrounded by status and money and cannot understand why you should mourn, it is even more important that you allow yourself to do so. Mourning is to be felt. Understanding is not so relevant. But if you must seek understanding, then know this. Dear blazing angel, you are just waking from the deepest slumber, and with your awakening heart, you are realizing a truth, a part of you, a deeper and wider, vaster and more instinctive, truthful and intelligent than your mind, is lonely for the divine embrace. This is right. This is sensible. This is sanity. It is the pain, the real noble pain of the heart that says, there is something more than this inadequacy, this settling for plastic instead of precious gemstones that must end now. I cannot be fed by pixelated sunsets and animation upon my computer screen. I yearn to be blasted by so much radiance and beauty, by the real thing, that I become stupefied. I must witness so much divine splendor that all I can utter is some incoherent grunt, my mind assembled and my heart ignited by the presence of my beloved. I want to become a fumbling, ecstatic wreck in the presence of my beloved. I want to allow this pain, this yearning, this divine discontent to guide me to my holy lover, so my life may never be the same again. And so it shall be. The discontent divine growing within you is the beginning, not the destiny. Its purpose is to lead you into your greatest connection yet with divinity. Do not resist it. Witness it. Do not dismiss it, trying to cover it up with rose petals. Let your rank discontent be the pathway to divinity, and look beyond what is, what has been prized and treasured, and now found to be plated and not the precious gold it is now once esteemed to be. So don't be scared, for you are my sidekick on this great holy adventure. I am here, you see, just around the corner. I have you in my sights, though you may not see me yet. I'm holding a loaf of fresh bread, hot from the kitchen of the Creator, hoping to entice you with its wafting scent, tempting you to follow me towards something of far more substance. If you're still stuck on pine-scented air freshener, imagining if it is something akin to the wild scent of the pine forests for real, then how can I tempt you? Let the stench be the stench. Then the fragrance of God can be discerned, and together we can leave what is less behind, once and for all, grabbing like hungry children for the divine bread with sweet fresh scent filling the air. So yeah, I know, like, pretty much every time like I finish an oracle reading or passage, I always, it's so very like romantic and flowery and beautiful. So I know that it can be very easy to get, I guess, lost in the imagery, but I really feel the message is very heavy with letting the discontent, letting these feelings that of things not being right, of things not sitting the way that you know in your heart you really want it to be, allowing that to guide you where you need to be. Not settling for the illusion of safety or security with doing what feels right. Excuse me. My apologies. My son definitely woke up. But yeah, of allowing these feelings to show us and tell us what we need. And this really, plays into essentially what I've been saying lately of just using our body, using our feelings wholly as a tool, what we would consider the good feelings as well as the bad. It's not meant for us to push away these feelings. We're always meant to acknowledge them, but specifically in the context of this card for you air signs, I know that a lot of things have been shifting, or maybe just your awareness of your discontent is just growing, or the awareness of how things are actually not really resonating or jiving with your true, your true essence or your true nature, or really resonating with what it is that you're desiring to create for yourself or experience for yourself. And so, as the passage has been, just saying in all the many different ways, to let it lead you where it's trying to lead you, to really listen to it and bear witness to it, and not judge it in a sense of immediately, I'm of a victimhood, which is what we can easily fall into when we do feel these seemingly negative emotions of, when it is anger, or just feeling uncomfortable, or all of this, or even specifically when it comes to jobs, because I know a lot of people have been either like losing their jobs or quitting their jobs or considering leaving their jobs to go after what their heart is really desiring. And so in that context, even of jobs, if letting that discontent tell you what it needs to, if you're not feeling comfortable in a certain way and you're feeling drawn on a different path, then listen to these feelings, allow it to take you where it needs to take you. And again, I'm not necessarily advocating that you just like up and quit your job and be a nomad or whatever it is that you feel your heart wants to do. But at the same time, just listen to your instinct, listen to your intuition that's coming through. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and read the Sacred Honoring Ritual, and I'm going to place it on the screen so you can say it aloud with me, or you can just say it mentally in your mind as I read it aloud for you. So, if you're comfortable and you're ready, I'll go ahead and get started. So, placing one hand on your heart and one on your belly, you can say the following aloud. Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, guide me now. I acknowledge the gratitude in my heart, genuine and fierce, and I acknowledge the hunger for the divine unfolding in my belly, the urging forward towards some unknown, indescribable sacred satiety. Guide me to the holy table where the true feast awaits. I am no longer satisfied by stale crumbs or the remnants of another's feasts. I want to feast with the Holy One, the Great One, to know directly and for myself that I am divine. With your mercy, grace, and wisdom, guide me there, dearest brother of my soul. I cast my soul into your care and follow my nose. I follow my nose towards the sweetest scent of the holy feast. So you can rest, or you can stand up and dance your prayer. So just be with your body and how it wants to be. Or rest, or move, whatever you choose. Just stay with your breath and with what feels truthful. And at this point, you can say aloud or mentally as I do, I release that which is not worthy for my soul to feast upon. I do not decide this for myself from a place of distrust or judgment. I surrender my attachment, and I trust in the sacred workings of life to present to me what is needed. I surrender, in sacred trust I surrender. May my life be governed by love for the greatest good, and in holy service to love now. So be it. And with that, we have finished the sacred honoring ritual, and we've also finished the oracle reading. So thank you so much, air signs. I hope that this resonated, and again, I hope that it reached you well. As a fellow Gemini myself, I definitely resonate with, this feeling of even, and I appreciate that the card mentioned that it's not this feeling of not even being grateful for your life or being grateful for the small miracles or beauties that do occur in our lives, but there's this underlying, this deep tremor, this deeper vibration of discomfort that is felt of, no, this is not where you need to be, or this is not the final place. This isn't, where we're actually in transition. And I feel like that's really what this discontent is there's this knowing that we're in transition. And I think the discontent truthfully comes from an impatience, or it comes from just really wanting the physical manifestation of what it is that we're picking up on. Where we're emotionally feeling the changes, or we're mentally maybe getting the vision, or just really picking up on, things have got to be shifting. Something's not right. Something's got to change, or something's got to shift. Something's got to get shaken up. And I know for myself that I've been picking up on that. So I'm sure that many of the air signs are probably resonating with that too. So yeah, I once again hope that this reached you all well. And gonna go ahead and end this now. So check out the description box as always. But otherwise, I send you all my love. I wish you all many, many blessings. And until next time, or until the next couple of weeks when we start the new wave spell. Not entirely sure if I will follow up with another oracle for the elements. But, we'll just go with the flow as always. So, yeah. As I, said before, without further ado, until next time, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful day.